Okay, checking. All right, we started the stream. Let's check on Facebook and everything. Let's see if the links are up or the notifications rather are up. Um, we started a bit late today. Sorry about that. Family duties and stuff. And JP will be joining us remotely again, like via Discord. He'll be calling in on via his phone, through his phone. Yeah, let's just wait for this to populate. All right. Okay, the the YouTube notification is up. Let's go ahead and share that on Twitter, I guess. And let's share these videos on Facebook. Hang on, hang on. Let's see. Hey, welcome to the stream, Santagoy. Good to see you again. Yeah, he's looking for a co-working space to park his butt so he can join the stream, I guess. So, yeah, he is not at home right now. I myself just pretty much got home. Uh, had to pick up um, the wife and daughter. Hang on, I think I'm coming in a bit loud on audio. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Um, hey, Facebook, where is the notification for Dicecast? Ah, there we go. There we go. Let's share this. Okay. All right. Let's just share it on uh, some certain Facebook groups. How are you doing today, Santagoy? Do, 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 do. Trying to get a lucky a Lady Blackbird game. What's Lady Blackbird? Sounds sounds either like like it sounds pretty mysterious, Lady Blackbird, or um like is it a Victorian era set RPG? Oh, oh, I'll check it out. Ah, yeah, yeah, I remember. I kind of remember this. Nice. I think you mentioned this on the. Was it during the session zero like roundtable streams that you brought this up, or was it last table talk? All right. I'm gonna wait a few more minutes to see if JP can call in and join me for today's stream. But yeah, if he's like not ready in a couple of minutes, I'll just go ahead and start. Also, JP, like when you watch this on VOD, on VOD, um, like I don't know if you intended for this to happen, but over in the YouTube chat, um, it's getting all the restream bot posts. I think that should only be going to our Discord server. But yeah, like all of the, I'm gonna send you a screenshot on over on our Telegram chat. But yeah, that's what it looks like. I don't know if that's supposed to happen, but yes, I'll let you know when you tune in again later. Rather, when you call in later, I'll bring it up. But yes, I suppose it's as good a time as any to start. Let's go ahead and roll that intro for you guys. Here we go. All right. Welcome back. This is Table Talk for September 9, QSFX. This is Table Talk for September 9. And today we have got a bunch of topics for you all, and some of them feature magical girls, the likes of Sailor Moon and stuff. Others are about the we've got some local updates too, um, and we've got some advice for running uh, low magic D&D and running thrillers and RPGs in general. Yeah, let's. It's not the same without JP ruining my music. We've got some. I might. We might. We have some new music for um I don't know, excuse me. Um some new music either for this one or when I stream solo on Dicecast, or like some other, new some other new uh show perhaps. We'll see. Um but yeah, like I might let you guys listen later on if JP manages to send it to me. It's something I did way back for Dicecast, back when I pitched a podcast. The idea for that podcast was, basically we called it Dicecast Starters. And what I was gonna do was I was going to, um you know play basically quick start games, quick start modules, quick start sets, beginner kits with Dicecast, and then put our thoughts together in a podcast type format. That's why it's called Dicecast Starters. But then I quickly realized the daunting challenge of running and learning uh, new systems. What, like, I think we initially thought we could do it like every 2 weeks, or every month. Like, it's a bit of a stretch. So yeah, we didn't push through with that. I think we still have the audio for it though. It was a podcast, so not it wasn't like a live stream thing. So I also had to edit and splice together the audio. Um, yeah, old plans. Though I did compose like a what I would say is a pretty fun piece for its intro, very much inspired by the Adventure Zone. What they were doing with their music, like, and mostly like electronic music I was listening to at the time. That was a couple of years ago. Yeah, if if JP can send me that later, I'll let you guys listen. Um, yeah. Um, hang on. All right, housekeeping. Maybe I'll wait for JP to get on stream before we tackle that. But let's get around to some local news. So first up, we have Ready Level One. This is from the fine people at Adventures Anonymous Manila, and they will be um, giving basically introductory adventures to D&D Fifth Edition and Adventures League, basically over in fully booked Bonifacio High Street. This is going to be on October 5, and they've released a nice, pretty awesome video. Why don't we watch it on stream? Let's go ahead and hit play. This is so cool. This is so cool. A Dungeons and Dragons newbie event. I guess more info is coming up. So it's October 5, 2019, 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. Fully booked Bonifacio High Street. I wonder who made this intro. It's so freaking nice. with a scroll. Many years ago, the land of Dundragon was protected by 6 hex force powers. Then one day, the evil Moldark stole 5 of them. Luckily, Princess Fiona hid the remaining hex force, the hex force of intelligence, in a magical place called Fully Booked in Bonifacio High Street. Go newbies and protect the remaining hex force on October 5. You'll need pen and paper for notes, a set of dice, or get one from Daisuki, which I guess will be at the event. Friends, or find some there. A thirst for adventure, which is absolutely necessary. This is such a great video. Seriously, like kudos to the people at AA. This is so cool. All right. That is so cool. Seriously, congratulations on this awesome trailer. AA, you guys are killing it. Nice. Um in other local gaming news, we have a this time in the virtual space, we have Hilagyo Jam, which is a Filipino game jam by Filipinos and for Filipinos, all about Filipino culture, community values, and so on. So this starts tomorrow, actually, in 11 hours, 16 minutes, and 30 seconds. So you can. Sorry? So this is going to be online on itch.io. So yeah, this is going to be in virtual space on itch.io, which you can sign up for free. Just make an account and yeah, um, uh, join the game jam if you have. They're accepting anything from full tabletop role playing games to a hack of pre existing games to homebrew stuff or modules or expansions for existing games. You can even submit or work on a translation into a Filipino language or dialect of an RPG, RPG hack, or a module or expansion of an RPG. And really, works in progress are welcome as well. So they encourage entries to be in any Filipino language. Um, they would like people joining to consider making their game as accessible as possible for the part or for the part for the duration of or partial duration of the length of the game jam, which is I think until November 3rd, 2019. Um, this is yeah, like they suggest maybe putting it on sale for a limited run or make it free after it's been submitted for a set period. This is to allow more people, especially other designers floating around itch, to check your game out. Hang on. And yeah, so try to include also, if you're joining, try to include a text only or print only version or print friendly version of the game. And yeah, multiple submissions are 100% okay. The more, the merrier, according to the organizers. So this is hosted by a bunch of Filipino game developers, virtually all of whom were at session 0. So you have Pam, or the Dovetailer, over at Itch. Well, they're all over at itch because yeah, they need to be in order to host this game jam. So yeah, you have Pam, Sin, Erwin, Jamie, Mahar, and BJ hosting this. So yeah, you can check it out on itch.io slash jam slash hilagyo dash jam. So I forgot to post the links. So this is for the Hilagyo game jam. There you go. And I will post the Adventures Anonymous ready level 1 link here as well. So, yeah. Um let's see if we can find a link to the event itself. Actually, let's see. Events ready level 1. There we go. So, yeah. Um it is on October 5, 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. Fully booked Bonifacio High Street, and lots of interest so far. So 18 going, 99 interested. There's still lots of time to go. Included in the event are character creation, beginner friendly games, the dice store. I forget what specifically, which one specifically was mentioned in the video. There's also an artist alley where this usually means like if you've never been to one of these before, this is where you can get your like a character portrait done by artists at the event. Much like we did at Dicecast, like we commissioned Camille Chua, who also did, for example, the art for Paul Gabat's D&D Adventures League module. Um, yeah, like it's a pretty awesome thing to commission like your character art and have uh, a kick-ass rendition of your character to help your imagination along while you're playing D&D. It's pretty cool. There's also going to be a raffle for participants, and all of that is going to be yours for an entrance fee of just 350 pesos. Okay. Alrighty. So let us head on over to a couple of our other news articles from around the tabletop gaming world. Let's go on to news about the 2020 Origin Awards. So there are going to be a few changes made, such as restructured categories, a new nominating process, and so on. Catching up with chat, Santagoy's JP simulated the his usual um, musical gate crash of my music. Thank you, JP. Um, we also have Santagoy saying, "Yeah, the video is super cool," and he's already shared it in lots of places. Ah, that's awesome of you, showing some support for our local gaming organizers. They need all the support we can we can give them. Really. Um, hang on. And reconnecting player says, "Wow, who is this handsome young man?" Oh, thank you. Though I would contest myself being young. I don't feel so young these days. I'm over 30, so but yeah, thank you. I'll take it. Um, let's okay. Yeah, let's go on with the news about Origins 2020. So, the Academy of Adventure Gaming Arts and Design has made several changes to the Origins Awards for 2020 based on feedback received from attendees, exhibitors, Academy members, and yeah, this is according to an announcement from the organization itself. This is on IC V2 by Jeffrey Dom Sanchez. So the so the Academy conducts the awards in conjunction with the Manufacturers Association, and is open to individuals with professional experience in the gaming industry, and is held on an annual basis from July 1 to June 1 to June 30, I guess is what they meant to say. Because July 1 to June 30, that is a long as, um, a very, very long conference. um, the biggest change to the awards were to the categories. So they added an entirely new award for Best Digital Adaptation of a Physical Game, and brought back two categories from years past for Best Historical Game and Best Historical Miniatures Game. There was one category that was removed by the Academy, which is the Best Role Playing Game Supplement. Interesting. I wonder why they removed that. If anyone in chat would like to guess, I have no idea why they would remove that. Um, but an interesting one is the new category, Best Digital Adaptation of a Physical Game. Our PDFs gonna be? Oh no, this is for games like maybe like Pathfinder. Is that what this is? Not PDFs. Not so much PDFs. Not digital copies of physical books, but like digital adaptations of physical games. Then I guess that links up with one of our other topics later, Solasta Crown of the Magister, which is a fifth ed SRD PC game coming out sometime, I think sometime next year. We'll see. But yeah, interesting. Handsome dateable daddy. Well, being a daddy, a married daddy, like that automatically excludes me from the dating pool. So sorry. Um, okay, back to the news. Game of the Year voting, which was previously by Gamma staff based on recommendations of the Academy, was changed to include all active Academy members. Nice. The other major changes to the Origin Awards were to the nominating process. Uh, the nominees will now be selected by a single unified jury from products submitted by their publishers, which streamlines the process. I wonder what it was like before. Academy members on the jury are encouraged to only nominate products within their categories of expertise. Ah, okay. Submissions will start as early as November 19 for products released between November 15, 2018 and November 14, 2019. The top 5 nominees in each category will be announced during the Gamma Trade Show, March 19 to 12, 2020. There is a fan favorite award voting that is available on mobile app for Origins 2020, which allows attendees to also vote for their favorite games at the show from their phones. And finally, they made a few modifications to the awards ceremony itself. There will now be theater seating for show attendees, and the industry and VIG section will have a dessert spread and cash bar instead of the full meal spread with free beverages. Okay, I guess that's a downgrade. Is it? I don't know. Hey, Artificity, thank you for showing up in chat. Good to hear from you again. Ahoy. The Origins Awards were last held June 15, 2019. And yeah, they reported on this website, ICV2, reported on the winners as well as the Hall of Fame inductees. So yeah, okay. Interesting. Yeah, I wonder how that's going to go. Best digital adaptation of a physical game. Um, Speaking of physical games, one of the most anticipated ones is well, for D&D anyway, is Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus, and care of a Twitter user called NewbieDM, who already has his copy. He's posted some photographs on his Twitter feed, and we can, yeah, thank you, NewbieDM. We can all have a an early peek into what you can expect from Descent into Avernus. So, Geek Native has very kindly collated um, his tweets. Well, I guess at least the most interesting ones. So here we have a photo of some setting info. I guess life in the Nine Hells. Much of the adventure takes place on the first layer of the Nine Hells. It's not, to put it mildly, your run-of-the-mill D&D setting. So, oh, it's an advice. It's an advice section. So the following tips and tricks can help make can help you make the characters stay in Avernus a remarkable one, and everyone is unhappy. So that is the key. Make your player characters miserable, not the players, the player characters, and the NPCs, of course. So this is, I think, a photo of, or not a photo. Jeez, uh, like what Baldur's Gate is supposed to look like when it gets transported to the Nine Hells. I'm not sure, or is this just like Baldur's Gate? Baldur's Gate. If the characters convince Krull to lead them to Arcan, I think Krull is the character of Joe Manganiello, right? The turtle guides them safely to the monument to Tiamat. The characters could also stake out Arcan's tower and await the Dragonborn's return. Or is Arcan Joe Manganiello's character? I forget. Arcan reacts there as he does at the monument to Tiamat, except that he can't summon Asohano the Chimera. Hmm. Oh, here is a rough timeline of events or modules that you can run in this sequence, I guess. So arrival in Elturel. The adventurers arrive in what's left of Elturel and make their way towards the High Hall Cathedral with the help of Lulu the Hollyphant and possibly Rhea Mantlehorn as well. Next is the High Hall. These are for level 5 characters. The adventurers encounter fiendish invaders in the High Hall Cathedral and discover survivors hiding in the crypts below the cathedral. Then you go to Grand Cemetery. That's for level 6, where you have the PCs have to search for the Grand Duke Older Raven Guard. And then escaping the siege is the next one in the sequence. Nice. Oh, look at that art. It's like the I think you call them frescoes, right? Like what you'd see in churches around the Philippines. Stained glass frescoes. Stats for Tiamat. Wow. Gargantuan Fiend, Chaotic Evil. 615 hit points. Holy shit. Discorporation. When Tiamat drops to 0 hit points or dies, her body is destroyed, but her essence travels back to her domain in the Nine Hells, and she is unable to take physical form for a time. I love how vague that is. Anyway, if you want to thank Newbie DM, for his generous previews of Descent into Avernus, you can check out his Patreon. So it's patreon.com/newmedm. And yeah, if you want to support his work, I think he is looking towards making 4th edition content. So yeah, you can check him out. How many hit points on Tiamat? 615 hit points, or 30 d20 hit dice plus 300. Crazy. Because of Constitution. That's where the plus 300 comes from. My gosh. Challenge level 30. Sounds like fun. Um, yeah. So, in case this hasn't, made you, I don't know, pre-order. If in case you haven't pre-ordered yet, and this post has made you just want to, you know, want to splurge a bit, you can find this on. You can still pre-order. Um, you can still pre-order Descent Into Avernus on Amazon. I don't know what the options are for local buyers. Would any of you in chat know? Like, feel free to chime um, in case you know better. But yeah, if it's not available locally, you can, there are shipping boxes, shipping services that give you a US address to work with. You could always do that, I guess. Or I don't know, maybe work with, like check with Tavern at the Crossroads over in Cubao X, or your preferred, your favorite hobby store. You never know, maybe they could do it for you. But yeah, you can still pre-order this for around $35 US dollars, because yeah, it will release on September 17. So that is just a few days away, and I know I'm not getting this because yeah, this is my daughter's birthday, and my money will be going to, well, to giving her a kick-ass birthday, ideally. So much suck it up problems with this hobby and shipping. I couldn't agree more. I mean, I guess more of for us, right? Like this country, just the way we have to kind of work around some stuff with yeah, mostly with shipping products from other countries. Yeah, but it's gonna get better, and if we all join forces and you know work at it, I'm sure. I'm sure it's gonna get better. I hope it gets better. Um, PDFs for life. Okay, well there is that too. Fine, and then you can just I guess have them printed somewhere like in UP or something. Um, yeah. We'll go on to the next news item, which is Ed Greenwood's a feature on nworld.org, where Ed Greenwood himself shares how not just Baldur's Gate, but the whole Forgotten Realms, a world of a thousand stories, came to life, and how it got it got incorporated, into the larger D&D, ecosystem. Join forces and revolt against Wizards of the Coast. I don't know, like what would we revolt about? It's not their prob it's not their isn't it more of an Amazon thing, or a retailer thing than actual Wizards of the Coast? If you're complaining about the lack of availability locally, I don't know. Maybe I could be completely wrong. But yeah, I'm just spitballing here. No idea. Um, let's see. Let's see. So let's see what Ed Greenwood had to say about his own fantasy setting. Um, so Forgotten Realms began 10 years before he saw the initial three booklets of D&D, and it was something he'd been writing to entertain himself mostly. Um, he would eventually describe the realms to Jeff Grubb as a world of a thousand stories, in contrast to Dragonlance, which was a world built to tell one epic story. So that's exactly what TSR was looking for, and which is why eventually the whole world, the whole RPG world, would eventually get to, be introduced to and explore the world, the setting of Forgotten Realms. So yeah, it was literally home to countless stories. So in 2 decades, Ed Greenwood, yeah, built it into that because stories entertained him, and he needed a lot of entertaining too. So some highlights from this, which you can read over here. Um, Ed Greenwood, what's it called? A World of a Thousand Stories. I'm sharing the link in chat. Check it out there over on nworld.org. So yeah, let's see. He was basically taking inspiration from everywhere, mostly from yeah from wow, from instruction sheets and serial boxes to way over his head, quantum mechanics, theses, and steamy romances. Just mining everything for ideas on what he can use and what he can use to tell stories. So world building was started off informally. Um, he built conflicts into the realms, tactical geography such as straits and towns and mountain passes, and cities that would logically dominate trade routes by being transshipment points. And so either supply bases or controlling trade up and down a river that they sat at the mouth of. Interesting. For conflicts, he had border strife between realms, intrigue within cities for daily control and taxation, and bigger intrigues between factions in the ruling courts of kingdoms, and street level power struggles between guilds, competition between trading costers and caravan companies. Wow, so much detail. Okay, let me just get JP set up to join the stream. One moment, we're gonna have him call in. Let's switch over to the small one and enable grid fam. All right. So one moment, guys, while I get JP all set up. There we go. Let's start the voice call with JP.
Hello.
Hello. There we
Hello, hello,
go.
hello.
Awesome. Are you on a headset?
I am on the headset that I've been using, yeah, for a while.
The laptop? Using the new laptop?
I'm using remember the headsets that I stuck a bunch of Dicecast stickers on?
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
using
I'm
that.
using that one. And
Cool,
I'm
cool,
using the
cool.
laptop.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Which
So
grid
we can
fam should we
do
use?
the staging.
Staging. Okay.
Gridfromstaging.herokuapp.com/, well, I'm not going to put the whole
Yeah.
URL up there. Everyone can hear. Hello, everyone. Did it send, by the way, on the chat when I chatted on the Discord channel?
Yes. It did. We saw your
You're
yeah,
not gonna escape me messing
your
up your.
rambling.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
um all right, hang on. Let me just get grid fam up.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. And oh no, wait, I have to
Are you logged into yours?
yeah.
You need to be logged into, or I could join yours too.
Oh
But
yeah, you could
then,
just do that. Just go to grid fam Mark Lobster.
yeah. But what's on the OBS
Yeah,
overlay?
I'll just change it.
Okay.
I'll just change it. I can do that.
Okay. Okay. Staging on Mike Lobster too.
Is that all I need to do? I just need to change it.
Uh huh.
Oh, cool.
Mark Lobster is not here yet.
I am arriving
There.
shortly.
Calling in. Waiting for you to accept. This is riveting content, man.
Hey, it's like one way to show them how we do things, I guess.
Mm,
Because we have had some inquiries about, how to put together a stream.
that's true.
So, okay, time to get this copy embed URL. Okay, head over to the
You're gonna want to change the layout too, unless it uses something else for the
Oh, yikes,
overlay.
why are you all orange over here?
Because remember the last time we did this, you made my baby look like the Hulk.
Oh, that's right, there's a filter.
There's a filter. You're so mean.
There we go. There
There
we
you
go.
go.
Now I just gotta resize your. window to fit.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how we, yeah, this is how we
You
do
can
this,
resize it either in GridFam's own UI, or you can
right?
resize it on
I think it's
OBS.
better if I just do it in OBS. There we go. Are you watching right now? Are you watching me struggle
I'm seeing it
pathetically?
on the restream dashboard. Yeah.
Jesus, I'm sorry. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay. It's okay. I still love you.
Thanks, buddy.
Uh-huh.
Oh crap.
So I only have this meeting room for an hour.
So where
Um,
are you? I like the background. Can I just
I'm
say?
at I'm at A Space Manila in Greenbelt.
Ah, I see. I see.
Yeah, it's
All right.
uh it's different. This is the background. It's basically
Yeah, it's a
some
bass
guy
guitar.
on a Stratocaster. Oh, I thought it was
No,
no, yeah, it's a
it's
bass guitar, four string. And
it looks
then
like a
here,
Rickenbacker.
let's give you a tour of the room that I'm in.
I've been to A Space, but yeah, I've never been in this particular room. Um,
This is like you have a freaking beer tower, but it's empty
in a
right now.
co-working space.
Yeah, I can get anything from here. Then they have like a refrigerator too that's completely empty. But if I wanted to chill
I'll
some
be right
wine,
back. Go ahead and show
mhm.
everyone where you're at.
And then you've got like some like just some hipster kind of, I don't know what to call this, wall decals. So there's rock dust, light star. I don't know what, like anything. This is like one of that open the thing from The Walking Dead. Uh, don't dead open inside. So I don't know how to read this. That's the door I just came in. This is the glass so people can watch whatever is going on inside. There's another bass guitar hanging on the wall. I think that's the same one that's, being displayed over here because it looks like it's the same one. That one has a bunch of signatures though. And then if I wanted to, I can use this whiteboard and look all official and like give like a presentation on streaming. I'll just leave the laptop over here and then like just stand there like a teacher and, write stuff on the whiteboard and make it look all authoritative and shit. Then there's some sort of like TV here that I can use. If I want to display chat on the wall, I can do that on the TV. All right, that's basically it. Let me catch up with chat now. I don't have it open here for you guys. Let me see the restream chat. Santiago, now Tiny, Artificity. I like how JP automatically knew why he was orange, like he's been thinking about it for weeks on end. No, I haven't been thinking about it at all. I just know what's going on with Mark's overlay stuff because I'm obsessive that way. Santiago, A space of A expensive. Yes, it is, but I'm spending the dosh so that we can have a good streaming experience for you guys. So I'm only here for 1 hour. If Mark decides to extend, I'm gonna have to take the rest of the stream upstairs to the common lounge, and I won't be able to. Well, I could technically speak out loud in the common lounge, but I'm gonna be bothering everyone else there. Not that I really care, but yeah, I'm spending so that we can have a good stream today because the the mobile data experience was not great
All
before.
right, I'm back.
Welcome back. You timed that extremely perfectly. It's actually quite uncanny.
Really? You just finished,
Yeah.
you know?
I literally just finished talking my sentence. Talking my sentence? Wow. Yeah, yeah.
Ah,
So I gave them a little tour. Santiago knows what's up. He knows that A Space is expensive, but I was just saying that, if it's for you guys, if it's for the stream, I will spend the dosh. And that's why I'm limiting it to 1 hour on my end.
I'm curious actually. Like, I don't know if you mentioned the rate yet, but what is the rate for like?
So for this meeting room,
Yeah.
this is their bigger meeting room. Normally it's 1.4 per hour. They gave me a discount, so I was able to push them down to 1,000 per hour.
Oh my gosh.
Um, yeah, it's still expensive. So I'm limiting it to that. If we have to extend, you're gonna take the rest of the stream on your own, and
Sure,
I'll
sure.
probably just tune into chat from the
Of
common
course.
area upstairs.
All right. So, cause like in the common area, I'm guessing there's no
There's yeah, there's
internet.
no division. No, there is internet.
Oh,
I
there's
can
internet.
I can tune into chat. I can do everything that we do normally. It's just if I talk, it's gonna be bothering everyone upstairs. Those losers.
Right, 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 right. No, because yeah, like it is a co-working space, and like it's
It
not really
is.
meant to be a co-streaming space.
No.
Hey, Hey,
Segue.
business
That brings
idea
us
now.
to our first side topic.
Well, okay.
Did you
I don't
talk
know. Is
about
it?
that yet, by the way?
No, I didn't. Like, I wasn't
Oh.
sure actually. Like, should is this something already that we want to put the word out, or should we
I
wait a
mean,
bit?
I don't see any reason why we're holding on to it because they've been wanting to pimp their space
Right.
out for this use specifically.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, why don't you do the honors since this was he contacted you about it. You seem to be the point person when we went to the space last week.
Oh gosh, yeah. Like me, like no sleep, still, like. But yeah, it was a fun Friday last week for us. We
Hmm.
basically, through session zero, we got in contact with the people at Next Action Phase, the people behind the very recent and very cool NapCon 2019, which was a tabletop gaming, board games and RPGs convention that was held over 2 days over in Honeycomb in Pasay. That's on the corner of Justado Macapagal and EDSA, right? Is that right?
Hmm. That's
Yeah.
correct.
So like across, from the McDo and stuff and the gas station, on the way to Mall of Asia. But yeah, they have some very interesting, very cool plans for what they want to contribute to the tabletop, RPG community. Not just RPG, just the tabletop gaming community overall. Um, Nicole himself is a fan of board games, a huge fan of board games.
Yep.
They have the beginnings of a pretty sweet collection over there actually in their shelves. Um, but yeah, he also wants to involve, or rather, to invite the tabletop RPG community. So not just to, if you want to play games, if you wanna, they have a 3D printer that's available for use also.
Hmm.
But also they are looking to start making the space available and equipped for people to stream from. So, like one of the biggest barriers I would say to streaming in the Philippines is having the internet connection for it because not everyone, not or rather not all locations are, are ready or equipped for um fiber optic internet, which is
Yep.
what you need because of the bandwidth you need, the upload speed that you need as well. It's we tried it on mobile data, and while it's possible, it's gonna cost you a shit ton of data fees. Because what is it like at 1.5k bit rate? It's 5.5 gigabytes for 1 hour.
All right. So
That's
bit
around
rate
the
is
area, right?
essentially yeah, it's actually
Yeah,
closer to maybe six.
6. Yeah,
6-ish because you also have to account for the audio
right.
bit rate.
So that's for 1 hour of mediocre quality, right? Stream.
Hmm.
So yeah, what they're offering is for people to be able to rent their space, use the equipment, use their internet connection, and be able to stream, uh, stream their content from there. So, what were the rates again, JP? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was a 75 pesos per head per hour, and that includes everything inside their building. So you can use any of the spaces that are available, borrow any of the board games that they have, borrow any of the streaming equipment that they will potentially get,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty insane. Now, I think for the private rooms, they might cost a little extra. Like they actually have a studio, like it looks like a radio recording booth, right? And that's where they did some of their in-house
Right.
recordings. That might cost a little extra, but for the actual space, the
Mm-hmm.
co-working space, it looks very very usable for
Mm-hmm.
streaming, particularly if you're the only people there.
Yes.
But I would expect them to allow multiple streamers to be using those kinds of public areas at the same time, as long as everyone can agree on like volume levels or whatever.
And
Because
with the right equipment, right?
yeah,
It's not even gonna be that much of an issue.
hmm
And that's really why we were there. So they invited us over because they wanted to have an idea of like how, well, first of all, like what equipment to get,
Yep.
especially in terms of audio, um, and just how to use the equipment that they would be getting, and also the equipment that they have. So, yeah,
Sandago is asking if this is still, if we're talking about A space. It is not.
no
We're talking about the
honeycomb.
Honeycomb Manila, which
Hmm.
is it's kind of like a co-working space, but it's a studio first and foremost.
What
It's
did they
for
call it? A co-creation?
co-creation, yeah, co-creation
Yeah,
hub.
yeah,
So they want to be able to allow people to use it to create YouTube videos or even stream from. Mark and I were
yes,
just there over, was it this weekend?
yeah, yeah.
It was this
Friday,
weekend.
just
Yeah, we
this
were
weekend.
there on Friday to consult with them, to give them some pointers on how they can improve one of their streaming spaces, and also to partner with them on a consultation basis. So yeah, they're super cheap in terms of usage fees, and you get to use
Yep.
anything that's inside their building.
Yeah, and they've got lots of different spaces.
Hmm.
They have uh, they have a pretty sweet like a studio room that you can kind of use for that you can use for streaming if you book it. So hope they open a branch in Alabang. Yeah, that's true. But then it's like it's pretty close. It's in Pasay. It's not bad, especially considering that most I think most spaces like this are up north,
Yeah, I
further
mean,
up
I hope
north.
they do open a branch further south as well. But this is the southest, the southiest, the most south venue that you have for
Thing.
this kind of thing. I've
Yeah.
posted a link to their coworker.com listing, so you can see pictures of what the space looks like, and you can see how they advertise. But yeah, it's for an
Yeah,
hour
it's not
75
close.
pesos, and you can also have the whole day for 750 pesos if you expect to be there for the whole day.
Yep, yep. So yeah, it's not close, but it's what's the phrase we've been using a lot? It's like what we have to work with. It's what we got to work with.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty sweet. I think we checked out their so part of while we were there, we tested out. Essentially, we test streamed onto your personal Twitch, right, JP?
Yeah,
Like,
we did.
how was it? I think the results were pretty good, weren't they? You were able to stream with a good bitrate,
I was pretty satisfied with it. I think you were looking to improve the audio a little bit more
right?
on like, but that's just you being, super audio
Asinine.
trained. Not asinine. You have a better ear for that sort of stuff than I think most of us. So you recognize that there's still some improvements that they could make that aren't too hard for them to do.
Right, right, right. So
But
yeah,
for me, like for hobby streamers or for people who are even just getting started doing it, like as more than just a hobby, I think it's a step up. It's definitely more than a step up from hosting it from your own home. Cough,
right.
cough, hint, hint.
Especially if you don't have that first hurdle that you need to clear, which is the internet connection, the type of internet connection.
Yes. So I'm going to link the test video that we made.
Yeah.
If you want to watch it, it's just here on my personal streaming page, which has been all but inactive as of late.
It's because you've been streaming on Dicecast almost
Hmm.
exclusively. Artificity has a good question. So at Honeycomb, would you say that if 4 to 5 people got together to play an RPG at an average level of noise that people do tend to generate, would it be feasible to even stream or podcast it? I would say yes. There are like some spaces there that would be, that you could stream or podcast from. Like for audio, like in terms of feasibility, it's really about using the correct mic in the correct way. Now,
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty much all it is. If I guess if you don't mind arranging yourselves in like a half circle, so that you can use what even just like a couple of mics or like one mic with a wide spread. Yeah, that is using the public tables specifically. What do you mean by public tables? Like in an open area?
I think he means those spaces, like the ones right behind uh, the
Like the
coffee
coffee
counter.
bar,
Yeah, the
right?
coffee bar, and possibly the ones that are uh, in the back, the more private areas that are still
Yeah.
open.
I'd say the like one of the public spaces that would be the most conducive to streaming or podcasting live from it would be that area with the board games, right? They have like a couple of long tables. It's a bit separated by those board game shelves from the rest of the
Yes.
space. I think that is the most viable area if you don't want to rent the studio space specifically. I don't know if the studio space is gonna be like at a different rate from the public spaces, but if you could game in the studio space like for the same rate, um, I would highly encourage that because that is what they are uh, like equipping that space for specifically. But yeah, I think the next best thing would be the board game area. So you have a
Hmm.
couple of long tables. There's space for like more than enough space for your board game or your RPG stuff, and space on the table on the other half of the table for you to set up your computer,
Yeah.
your cameras, your microphones. It's yeah, it's not bad.
I think I'm looking at their coworker.com listing, and it doesn't show that space, so you might have to
Yeah.
inquire about that privately.
Yep. And if you need help setting up, like if you have any other questions, like this one, like this is a pretty good question from Artificity. If you have any questions about your streaming setup, advice, you can always let us know. We'd love to help out. Like if you know, like we'll give you advice on our Discord channel, or if you know us, like our personal Facebook, well, my personal Facebook, you can always ask me there. I'd love to help out. And yeah, like if if our schedules coincide and I'm not doing anything, like I might even like help you out there itself.
Sure.
So yeah, just let us know. We would love to see more people stream stuff, tabletop stuff in the local, community. We'd love to
Yeah.
see more of that.
We'd love to see more of it done well, which is why we're here to help people do it
Yes.
well.
Yes.
I still have hot flashes thinking about how we started Dicecast 3 years ago. It is not a good look.
It's okay. I mean, it kind of shows, right? That's like it kind of shows.
Hmm.
I wouldn't say like we haven't gotten that far. I mean, we're still starting out, really. Like we have lots of ideas that we want to execute, but in terms of the quality of our streams, of our videos, it's gone. There's been definite improvement, and I'm proud. I'm pretty proud of like
I
what we're
hope
able to do.
so, you know. I hope so.
At
I
least
mean,
in
we've
terms
we've definitely improved in terms of what do you call this, production quality and the expertise.
and
I just hope,
consistency. This is
and
week in week out.
consistency. Yeah, I just hope that we've also improved in the terms of like our hosting prowess.
Ah, we just gotta be ourselves. We'll be fine. Which
Hopefully.
we are. Um. Anyway, this is a pretty long, like editorial by Ed Greenwood. I already sent the link earlier before GP got here, and if you want to read
Yes.
it, yeah, like go ahead, check it out there. I think what we're gonna do from now on is at the end of a stream, I'll just put all the links right, like separated by line so that
Hmm.
yeah, you can just check it out. I think it'll look best on Facebook because it shows up as a comment at the end of a stream where you can just go through all the news that we shared today. You think that's a good?
We should have show notes that are publicly accessible.
That's
Uh,
true. Yeah, we should put it up on
so
Discord. I think
what
like
we should just do is
that's the
share the
easiest thing.
spreadsheet. We should
Share the
just share the
spreadsheet.
spreadsheet.
That's true. That's true.
And then dress it up a little bit, maybe, or
But it
make like
changes every week. But yeah.
that's why we share the spreadsheet so that people who want to watch it for the week can review the notes, and then they can access the same page
Mm-hmm.
to view the current notes when we
Mm-hmm.
update it like the 30 minutes before the stream, which we always do.
I guess you could do that.
Or
Yeah.
there can be a master sheet that shows our template, and
Uh
then
huh.
there's other sub sheets for each week. like how I subdivide it for the AM and PM
Right.
topics now.
That's true. That's true. We could do that. We could do
Mm.
that. Okay. Well, let's work on it. Um.
I'm so
Anyway, yeah.
happy they have some tissues here. Let me just grab a tissue.
Go ahead. So while JP is grabbing tissues, we're gonna go ahead and check out the next article on our that we're featuring today. This is from the Dungeon Masters Workshop. So this features homebrew content for fifth ed D&D, and this is about running low magic D&D campaigns. So this is perfect for settings where um, what are popular low magic settings? Fantasy low magic settings.
Conan the Barbarian,
There you go. I guess
um,
LOTR is also kind of because magic is a
LOTR.
lot more subtle in LOTR compared to
Uh,
Forgotten Realms D&D, right?
I believe Dark Sun is also low magic.
No, it's I don't think Dark Sun is low magic. Game of
No,
Thrones is definitely low magic. Thank you for that artificity.
you don't consider Dark Sun low magic.
No, because it's still pretty epic in Dark
Mm,
Sun, doesn't it? It still gets pretty epic.
okay.
Anyway,
What else is there? Um, the Camelot. The Camelot
right, Pendragon.
system, that Pendragon. There you go. The
Yeah,
Pendragon system.
yeah.
Very low magic. There's only Merlin.
And Morgana
Hmm.
and Dark Souls. I I I don't know. I've actually never played a Dark Souls. I've played a Souls game, Souls like, but not Dark Souls. Not
Dark
actual Dark
Souls
Souls.
is. I don't know if you would consider it low magic. You could be a magic caster in Dark Souls, and even though it's not great,
You could.
you could. You could be a pure caster if you wanted.
But basically, yeah, if you want to if you're the kind of DM that wants to be stingy about magic items, high powered spells, or if you're the kind of player that wants to recreate a Band of Brothers esque thing
Mm.
without magical walking artillery in your adventuring party, well, I guess this would be for you. So I guess it's also in the tradition of like how Gygax would uh, run D&D. It was a fundamentally low magic game, but yeah. Um, Basically, some of the highlights here are that the first tip is to make spellcasters less common, not weaker.
Yeah.
So don't get rid of high level abilities, just make them super, super rare. You agree with that right away? Like,
Oh, of course, of
yeah.
course. If you're gonna be doing low magic, by definition, magic means rare. Magic, that means magic in it, if it exists at all, is extremely rare. So you shouldn't have every party have like the holy trinity of having a caster and
Oh,
a healer.
so like, have just one spellcasting class. That's it. Like,
If
make
at
them pick.
all, if at all.
Wow, that's an
Like
interesting
I would
restriction.
say if you wanted to do low magic and someone wanted to be a magician, you would have to seriously sit down with that player and discuss the ramifications of
Okay,
them having that class. So like if they maybe in your low magic campaign, magicians, wizards, and witches are hunted, right? And they're wanted.
right.
They're almost like a forbidden race
Muties,
or an exotic race,
die
right? They're
muties. Yeah,
beauties. So they will always have sentinels being sent after them,
right.
something like that.
So yeah, let's go through the actual advice here. Let's see what they had to say. The biggest mistake that DMs make when they try to make a low magic campaign is to try putting limits on the spellcasting classes and magic in general. So from those 5 classes, there are 5 full spellcasting classes. What are those? Wizard, Warlock, Sorcerer,
Wizard, sorcerer, warlock. I would say
Cleric,
cleric, bard. Yeah, cleric, bard.
Bard. The half casting classes are
Ranger.
Druid.
Oh,
No,
sorry,
not
not
bard.
bard, but a
Yeah,
druid.
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 So the half casting classes are ranger and I guess bard or
Yeah,
paladin. Oh no, that's the two subclasses that grant spellcasting abilities to non-casters. So that's paladin and what
paladin and
would
cleric for the half
monk?
casting, and then two subclasses that grant spell casting abilities would be
Monk?
ranger,
Ah, okay,
um,
ranger.
and bard.
Okay. So yeah, magic is built into into the game itself, and not only would it be a lot of effort to rebalance them for weaker magic, but it will also change the entire feel of the game, such that players might not enjoy it anymore.
Yeah.
um, yeah, a more effective solution would be to limit the number of, of spellcasters both in the party and in the world. So there you go. Kind of lines up with what you were saying. Um, oh, so Dark Sun is low magic. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, one of
Told
the
you.
most successful low. All right, I deserve a head desk, but please don't ram your head on A Space's desk.
No, it's
Um,
actually very soft. It's got leather
oh,
lining.
oh,
I'm
then
I'm I'm
feel
I'm
free.
very yeah. I'm gonna head desk right now. There, felt good.
So yeah, one of the most successful low magic campaigns, which is Dark Sun, has few spellcasters outside of the ranks of the Sorcerer Kings and their lieutenants, all of whom are widely feared for their arcane might. See, that's why I felt like Dark Sun wasn't low magic, because
Mm.
despite of the reduced spellcasters, like magic, spellcasters still get ridiculously powerful in Dark Sun. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's the article kind of cleared that up, like got us, more aligned on that. Pretty cool.
I would actually do randomized character creation if you're gonna be doing low magic.
So yeah,
Like if
really make them muties.
make them muties, but like also if
So
they want to have a chance at being a spellcaster, make them
right.
roll a d20, and they can only opt to make a spellcaster if they get a 20.
Oh my god. So like yeah, if they have the spark of magic in them. That's basically what
Yes,
it is, right? And
essentially, yeah.
they can feel free to like multi-class into a
Into
spellcasting
it,
level.
yeah.
So everyone starts off
Everyone starts
non-caster.
off non-caster,
Oh,
and then
cool.
every level you would roll a d20 to see if you get the spark of magic ability, and can then opt to take a spellcaster class.
Aside from, like in game, like if you do something in game that would give you the spark of magic, like I don't know, the power of friendship or whatever.
No,
Um no,
no.
still no. Okay. You just gotta really rely on the dice.
Yeah.
Okay. As far as how you intend to limit the number of spellcasters, yeah, consider the implications based on the fluff of the world. Yeah, so like what you said, it could be an innate gift that people try to snuff out, like
Hmm.
mutants in X-Men and stuff like that. Okay, so the next tip is to rethink magical items. Um, so when it comes down to it, DMs Right. DMs tend to hand out magical items not just for players but for their own, because potions of healing are essentially help the party, right? Get
Yes.
through the adventures you run them through, because no one, not even the DM, wants a TPK. DMs are rarely that hostile. And if you are in the presence of such a hostile DM, you might want to rethink who gets to DM your games. Um,
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a fun session to be in, unless you're all masochists and you're all into
True.
roguelikes.
True. Like, kill like yeah. Yes, kill me now, DM. Um
I would so DM a Vagante game like that, or a Darkest Dungeon game.
right.
Like, it's just ruthless, and if you die, you're fucking dead. There's no resurrection.
If everyone's like on the same page, right? And like that's what
Mhm.
they're after in terms of a game experience, sure, why not?
Yeah.
So yeah, back to the column. A bag of holding, for example, allows the DM to also stop hounding the players about how they're carrying all their stuff and so on. So it's a nice, method of also abstracting certain things in the game. Makes it easier for everyone. But yeah, how can you continue to hand out rewards that keep your players motivated without hitting a critical mass in terms of magic items that causes them to lose like what makes them special or their mystique? So, what you could do is improve enhancement over time through ongoing quests. So, that plus one longsword,
Hmm.
like it's not something to throw away. Like
Yeah.
it's you're gonna improve it every time you level up, like you can, I guess you could spend gold on it or XP on it maybe to improve it as you go. Um, but yeah, I guess that is what this bit of advice is about. So by changing items in this way, each item becomes a treasured possession of the wielder, shrouded in mystique. If you want to make it mysterious, like why it's getting these abilities and stuff, or giving them more investment, right? Rather than just being another piece of gear, piece of kit that they can either sell or or throw away at at the earliest opportunity when something better presents itself. Is that something you would like? How would you? Yeah, how would you? Like, I guess you could always like split the difference in gold gold cost, right?
Well, the thing is, in D&D 5e, magic
Right.
weapons don't have a gold cost.
Oh, that's right.
There's nothing baked in to have a GP equivalent to any magic weapon. You just have to
Right.
have it's up to your discretion as a DM what you want
If
to
you want,
give. And
yeah.
but
I,
I find that a lot of DMs tend to give out magic items like candy anyway. So simply restricting it a little bit, just
mm-hmm.
holding back, just reining it in a little bit, I think
Mm-hmm.
that would already improve or increase the perceived value of magic items to the players
Right.
um, in a low magic setting.
Okay. Yeah. Um, Artificity says in chat, "Yes, Daddy, give me that TPK," and that gold is useless in
Gold has a
5e.
lot of you use that to time or level gate certain stuff in D&D. Not so much as to just give them, a purse that they can spend willy-nilly on. The reason I would give out gold is it's like XP but for
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Right.
And then players can spend that XP on stuff that they want. So I don't really think about the amounts of golds that I'm giving to players per encounter or per session. I just want I have like a I would make a table of things that a player can buy with gold given enough time, and then with my just kind of reasoning out, okay, the players have been playing for this long, they should
Mm-hmm.
have the ability to accumulate, or they should have accumulated enough gold to be able to do this or buy this, like a castle if they want, or to be able to bribe officials. And then I'd give out gold leading up to that point.
Right.
I should have been giving gold leading up to that point, rationing it out so that by then they should be able to do that goal. So
Yeah.
it's not
Good
it's not
advice.
just so that they can have it in their wallet and say, okay, this is for a rainy day or whatever. I
Right.
want people to be able to use the gold that they have.
Artificity says he wishes he could spend gold on anything in 5e, like buy enough plate
Mm,
mail, you're done, or make an entire army of animated armors, like a terracotta
sure,
army. Yeah,
sure.
sounds like a sure way to have some heroes
I
go
mean,
after you
you
and
could
slay
just
you,
because there isn't
thinking
a gold cost associated with an item, doesn't
that's
mean
true.
that they can't buy it. You're
You
the
could
DM.
assign a gold
Just
cost, just
yeah,
just like
assign
that.
something.
Yeah, so another piece of advice is to hand out interesting non-magical rewards. This could
Mm,
be anything from like positions or status or strongholds, letting players vie for strongholds. That classic, like in, I think it is more emphasized in classic like AD&D second
mm,
edition, that this is what you know players should aim for, right? Having like a wizard's tower or a fighter's stronghold or a what is it, like a druid grove, things like that,
yeah,
thieves
yeah.
guild. So, but yeah, you could bring that back to, or rather, put renewed emphasis on that in fifth edition, if you wanted to go that route. There's also like interesting ways. This second part, you know, um, creating mechanical benefits that are non-magical.
Hmm.
Yeah, sure. I mean, but I just feel like the effect is still magical. You're just saying it's not magical, but it's almost the same thing as magical items. For example, sharp blades that when you roll, ones rolled on damage count as twos. I mean, that's it's.
I think the author is trying to channel the old masterwork system or the old
Mm,
masterwork mechanic where in D&D
just
3.5
plus
you can
one
have it's just +1 to attack,
damage.
or sorry, +1 to damage, was it,
Yeah.
or +1 to attack? It was one or the other, so it wasn't
Oh,
quite
okay.
+1 to both.
Yeah.
Um, and it didn't count as magical weapons for penetrating, damage resistances or whatever.
Right.
But it was still better than normal shit.
I guess. Yeah. Okay. These are the ones I guess that you wouldn't be able to improve, and it makes it even
Yeah.
more special when you get like that plus one long sword that you will eventually grow into like a, +5 vorpal sword of teleportation or whatever
Mhm.
of plane shifting.
One other non-magical reward that I would consider handing out, I think you touched on this a little bit, and I've also talked about this in a previous stream, is to
Mm-hmm.
give out titles.
Yeah.
You know, titles or feats, even
Connections and yeah. Oh yeah, feats.
feats that would be tied into what the character did narratively or
Like a story reward.
a story reward. Exactly.
Right. Yeah. And a couple of more points. Let's go through these quickly because we do have some more articles to go through. So another
Oh,
one is to cut down a lot on gold rewards. Interesting, but I don't know. I don't know about that.
I think the reason why you would do this is if there's not much that you want players to be able to buy in the first place.
Uh huh.
And you would then encourage the players to actually use gold to do mundane day-to-day stuff like buying rooms at a tavern or
Right.
drinks and food at a tavern or buying things for the necessities for survival. That
Right.
would make it feel more like a survival type game.
Yeah. Yeah. Like having to track that.
Hmm.
Like if you don't pay enough to have a place to sleep or to have food in your belly, you get one level
Yes.
of exhaustion, something like that.
So if you've planned the campaign out so that they receive substantial rewards for just doing stuff, then I can see not giving gold at all is not being too detrimental to
Right.
the players feeling like they're accomplishing things.
Okay, okay. The next one is be careful with enemy damage resistance. That's actually a big one because if you're cutting down on magic items, then there won't be a lot to overcome.
Yeah,
Yeah, DR.
and not just magic items, but magic abilities too, magic
Right.
spells.
Like less
Because
spellcasters. Yeah,
if you don't have any spellcasters in your party, that means they don't have cantrips. You don't have cantrips at your disposal to just be able to deal magic damage whenever you want.
that's true. That's so true. Next one is rethink the adventuring day. Okay, interesting. So the adventuring day is calculated to assume that the party has access to healing resources such as spells and potions. If they have neither or fewer of each, then the DM may have to make special accommodations. So like in terms of like what kind of challenge ratings parties you can expect parties to, to go through before they need to rest and stuff. I guess, no?
Right, right.
Right. And consider alternatives to traveling spells. So no more teleports, really. People
No
are gonna have
fast
to,
travel.
yeah, no more fast travel. Like you're actually gonna have to travel by overland or by ship. So
That
or airships.
alone actually makes it feel super low magic
Yeah,
because a lot of players take that super for granted. We can
and
just
if like,
teleport there.
you think it's too much bookkeeping to think of how much rations you would need to make a successful trip from like Fandelver
Oh,
to Waterdeep or something?
I don't know. That depends on how detailed you want to go. Like
Right.
you could just keep it simple and say one ration works for one day for per
Yeah,
head.
and then calculate like the travel time
Yeah.
and see if it lines up.
But you can
If
also
not,
argue that you can do the whole Oregon Trail thing and say, okay, I want to set the pace to grueling, and I want the
right.
rations to stretch for this many. these many days, and then
Right.
that would equate to a certain level of exhaustion that you would have to incur or
Is
roll
this
for.
in the current DM's guide? Because I
It
remember
is.
this being in the old DM's guide.
It
It
is in the
is?
current
Okay.
DMSG. You can set that optional
Nice.
rule.
Okay. And yeah, basically putting it all together, the article as the article's advice is to focus. Yeah, world building is a important aspect of the campaign, and it is absolutely essential to running a low magic D&D campaign. So yeah, by working on like how prevalent magic is to magic items being reduced to yeah, that should inform like your other decisions, right? Like especially when it comes to magic items and monsters and DR damage resistance. So yeah, but the rest of it should help inform you. If you have a solid idea of why it's so magic and how that affects the world, then I guess you're halfway there and you aren't living on a prayer.
Mhm.
um
I understood that reference.
um yeah. All right. So, slightly related is thrillers, right? Like
Yes.
another like genre, I guess, of running RPGs. You can check this out in the link we'll send later, I guess. But I'm not sure why this is the opening image, but okay.
Well, there's a
Um,
dead guy in the pool. Just look at that image.
oh yeah, I
She
was kind of
obviously
distracted
did
by.
something. Mark, you can't be
Oh,
distracted by this kind of stuff. First of all, you're married. Second of
I
all,
did
she's
not
fake.
notice the dead guy at all.
There's a dead guy in the pool, and look at her arms. There's scratches. She's
I
probably
walked
some sort
right
of.
into that. Sorry. I walked right into that.
I love that
Um
you did. That's amazing.
okay, so we're not just talking about plain horror. This is thriller. So something that where the pace and the tension is constantly ramping up, right?
Hmm.
It's not so much the jump scare or like the otherworldly eldritch creature as it is, the building tension of uh of the thriller genre, and things need to kind of come to uh a come to a climax where everything kind of starts to resolve, and that's how it should feel. It shouldn't be up and down as much as a straight a straight
Hmm.
a straight what like ramp all the way to the top. Have you ever run a thriller game, JP?
I can't say that I have, though. It's something that I want to try.
Mm-hmm. I think yeah, hopefully this article helps us out, I guess. So
Hmm.
um yeah, like subgenres, I guess, include the serial killer, right? Medical, legal, psychological thriller, espionage, political, journalistic, financial action, conspiracy, and so on. I would say Game of Thrones. Like if you're running, the Game of Thrones RPG, that can easily feel like a thriller because of all the all the plotting that's going on behind the scenes by the Varys and the little fingers, right?
Hmm.
I think I ran a thriller for you guys before. If you remember, when I ran Mirror in L5R, right? Remember that Winter Court in the Crablands?
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. The one that I had to call in for.
Yeah. Ah, no, that
Yeah.
was no, that was different. We did this in college.
Oh,
I don't
really?
know if you remember it so much. Yeah.
No, I probably don't remember it too much then. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
I didn't do a good enough job, I guess. But
No, it's just me. I'm a dick.
so okay, it's okay. You're not the dick, first of all, and secondly, let's see what tips they have. So, um, start the clock. Let's begin. The first thing they would like you to consider is having a Rubicon moment. So, a good component of any thriller is the ability to disorientate and overwhelm the audience. So, it begins with a central mystery that or event that might be out of the blue. So, just something to like not so much hook your players in as it is to yank them like in a very inevitable manner into the
Mm.
mystery that gets the ball rolling, right? So their analogy is yeah, something where the hero's world has been hit with such a different change and unexpected change that it creates a problem that the protagonist must deal with. So if you're running an RPG, maybe it's a case of mistaken identity or a piece of information that the players can't unknow, right?
Right.
Like Resorts World Manila, like um
Or like suddenly in your game world, all of the dogs became cats, and all of
cats,
the cats became
dragons,
dragons.
and that's
Yes.
a big problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And no
yeah.
one knows why. It just
No one knows
happened.
why.
So there's your Rubicon moment. Like
So
one day
you
Fido turned into Lola.
yeah, and Lola turned into Tiamat.
Uh-huh. Although
um,
to be fair, she was probably Tiamat like her entire life. It
to begin
just
with, yeah,
manifested itself physically too.
right. So, so basically, start a series of events from which the players essentially have no choice but to follow, or the event, it comes to pass, and it's like bad news for everyone. So, if you're doing this and writing a column, you'd launch straight into what usually constitutes the last section of your article. But yeah, I don't get that. But okay, maybe you get that. Do you get that? I don't get that. Let me turn on the overhead light real quick. I'll be right back.
I mean, if you were doing this and writing a column, you'd launch straight into what usually constitutes the lab, but I don't imagine anyone would be so arrogant as to do that. I actually don't know what's going on here. Let me read through the paragraph because I was just going through your reading aloud. Let me open up the thing.
Okay.
So if you're ready,
While you're
just in
reading it,
case.
I'll read the next point. So, another requirement should be a well thought out plot. So, before you even begin a thriller style game, make sure you have a good grasp on what the bad guys are trying to achieve and, what countermeasures they have in place to deal with people who are going to try and thwart them. So, yeah, it's because things need to keep escalating through revelations and consequences. You can't really improv this. I mean, you can improv, but you need a framework to work with, right? Like an outline. So, um, yeah, you can't you like if you improv from the get go, you're probably gonna crash and burn. Is what I would say. It You can take a page from lots of board games here actually. Like so for games like Pandemic or even Betrayal at House on the Hill, um, you have like a tracker, right? That kind of escalates things. That
Mm.
keeps that affects like the game world. Um, Makes it more like in Betrayal House and Hill, you have the escalating like omen tracker, right? In Pandemic, it's like as the outbreak tracker escalates, like outbreaks get worse and worse. So have something like that, I guess. If not an actual outline for the bad guys, for the plan of the bad guys. Okay. Did you read the previous one?
I still don't get it. I don't know what's going on here.
The writing column analogy?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't get.
I don't get it. Maybe I'm just dumb.
Maybe you're just lacking the brain bandwidth. Um Artificity says he's familiar with Mirror Mirror and now he has Jelly. Aw, I'm sorry. It's a beast to DM. It's not something I would do again. It's hard to pull off Mirror Mirror with any uh guarantee of scaring your players shitless like what you're supposed to do. Anyway, yeah, make it personal. So think about the characters. For at least one of them, this whole thriller, this whole intrigue or plot needs to be personal, either tied into their backstory or have the antagonist like be an actual nemesis of theirs for some reason. So this personal link is important because it creates another reason to keep kicking this hornet's nest of the plot. Um, how do you pronounce this word, JP?
Which word?
Vignettes, vignettes,
Vignettes.
vignettes. Okay.
Hmm.
So you want to make scenes and encounters snap. Don't let them outlive their welcome. So combat shouldn't be too common, but when they come, they should be tense and deadly. One fight inside the moving train with a handful of assassins is more effective than a massive set piece battle with lots of people. Save for yeah, but you gotta save that for the end. So moments should be tight and focused towards moving the story forward. So yeah, I guess be economical, right? With your scenes and encounters.
Hmm.
Like what I would say, for example, if you're running D&D, a certain D&D, don't let the players spend too much time in the shop. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Don't
you would reserve. I would go so far as to say if you want to do a thriller kind of game, you would reserve housekeeping stuff to offline or to like between sessions,
right.
and then sessions where you all meet up and take the time to see each other and play together. That's all for action stuff.
Artificity is asking why Twitch chat renders exclamation points as asterisks.
That's not Twitch chat. That's Restream. Twitch chat itself is fine. If you go to our Twitch page and see the chat from there, exclamation points are showing up. But on the sidebar for our overlay, if we don't have exclamation points filtered out, then what happens is our commands all get output into this chat box on the overlay as well, and that clutters everything up.
Right. There you go.
That's
So yeah.
also the reason why on Facebook links, when you share a Facebook link,
Yes.
it the thing turns into a emoji.
A winky, yeah, a winking emoji.
It's dumb. That's
Or is it a
Facebook
cool
fault.
emoji? Oh yeah, it's a winking one. But yeah. Oh well. But yeah, it's for the better, right? Like it's a bit of a necessary evil.
Yeah,
So
I've already
please bear with
contacted
us.
Restream about this, and I don't. They didn't say whether they're going to address it, but they did give us a discount for our next our next resubscription. So
So thank you, Restream.
yeah,
It didn't fix it, but we appreciate the discount.
yeah,
Um, Artificity does have a really good point. He followed up with you can't do a thriller and give your players too much time to act because
yeah,
timing and timing is very important. You need to direct the you need to be like an editor, making like quick and effective, efficient cuts
yeah.
with your
I agree.
film.
And I think that ties in well with the advice from the article.
Yeah.
Moments should be tight and focused, moving the story on. And if players take too long to decide on their actions, I would incorporate that into the narrative.
What's the maxim like whenever you need something to happen, just have bad guys kick the door in, right?
Is that a
But
rule of thumb?
yeah, I think it's for like a script writing. Like if
Hmm.
you're ever stuck about how to move the plot forward, have a bad guy kick the door in,
Okay.
and then
Uh,
yeah, just like see how it unfolds.
I guess that works. Yeah. Why not?
um, the next, in case that's in case your players aren't picking up on clues. But if they are picking up on clues, then that's all good. So you should have a um, each victory should come with a revelation. So for that bad guy who just like entered the store because players were too busy debating on whether to get a great sword +1 or like a flaming long sword, whatever. They could have like a part of the secret in their back pocket,
Yeah,
and
sure.
yeah. But yeah, aside from that, like make sure to make sure. I guess what this is saying is that make it, you know, make it so that it's not players kind of know where to go, right? If not, like what's waiting for them, at least the direction that they need to go in. This is one reason why I don't like hiding clues behind, especially like very plot important clues
Hmm.
behind perception checks and investigation checks. Um, I
Yeah, I
feel
mean,
like
you can hide optional stuff behind that.
yeah, that's what I tend to do. I hide, optional stuff like little rewards behind those, but not like almost never um plot critical information that the players need to proceed with an adventure or with the story. So, yeah. The next one is a battle of wills. So, you need your antagonists to feel threatening. So, have them take actions that the players aren't expecting. Give them a plan, and let them change up their plan in reaction to the what the players have done to thwart it. You don't have to make them a genius, but you have to make them. It says well informed. I would say just
Hmm.
make them formidable. Like make it so that the players feel like it's like it's move and counter move and so on all the time. Um, yeah, make him an actual enemy.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Last couple of points, I guess, are the threatening atmosphere. So yeah, like Artificity mentioned this, like cinematic direction, right? Like uh, make it feel like danger could lurk anywhere. Next is to break that up, you should allow players to take a bit of a lull, right?
Hmm.
A lull in the action, maybe to recover, to discuss, to get their bearings, especially if it's like a very um, it's a challenging mystery where and they're a bit clueless. Yeah, sure, let them have a bit of a break, yeah, and then kick the door in with the bad guy with a couple of swords. Um, a couple of games that do this well. So you have Conspiracy X, which is a GURPS game. You have Eclipse Phase, which I think some of our regular viewers enjoy, if I recall correctly. So there's also Operators. So this is a spy game, very Jason Bourne. And yeah, every thriller has to have a reversal. So you see this in some board games, right? Like Betrayal at House in the Hill.
Yep.
So someone is actually it's hard to make one of the player characters a bad guy, but if you're ambitious as a GM, and you have a willing player, yeah, sure, you
Yeah.
could do that. Um, make the safe space the bad guys hide out all along. Sure, maybe the bad guy captures an ally who wasn't safe or is dangling a trap right in front of the group. But basically, yeah, throw twists in there, keep the players on their toes, and yeah, it'll be make them devastating twists, I guess. Yeah, rounding out the tips, we have a cliffhanger. So when you have to end the session but the story isn't over, make sure it's on um like a cool um a cool cliffhanger where players can't wait to see what's going to happen next, a pivotal point in the story maybe. And finally, stick the landing. So um yeah, wrap up, right? I guess let the players have their moment in the sun. And yeah, take a minute to make it clear that yeah, you don't want to try and end the story, and players are still like on their toes. They're still paranoid that like the grieving mother that you deliver the medal home to is actually the bad guy, and they end up killing the killing the dealing with the grieving mother in a violent manner, because that is that's like you got to be clear. Oh, guys, it's over. You've solved the mystery. You know, if you need to step in and break the fourth wall for the players, so they don't ruin like what should be a picture perfect ending
Yeah.
for them.
They want a sequel.
Yeah.
They want an Empire Strikes Back.
So there you go. Artificy says twists are honestly the hardest thing to do unless you take the contrivance feat. I would say if you have the framework of what the bad guy is supposed to be doing, it makes twists a bit easier to pull off because you know what's possible and what isn't. Right? That's why I think that's so important. Having an outline of what the bad guy's plan is, so that whatever the players try to do, like you do have that through line, that kind of that guide for where you can branch out from and how it ties in. If you have to improv it, at least you know how it might tie in to your bad guy's big
Hmm.
bad evil plan.
And you can also emulate a twist by fudging a die roll. Like,
True.
I mean, this isn't a narrative twist, but an action twist of like
Mm-hmm.
a pivotal moment. Let's say a character has to relay, something to someone. Like they're hanging off the ladder of a helicopter, and then they have to hand off a thing that would have, solved the day. But You make them fudge their acrobatics roll, or make it incredibly hard for them to succeed on an acrobatics roll to do all that, and they fall off the helicopter ladder. Ah, that's a nice twist. That
Yeah,
could actually be the thing, the
that could be the
action.
cliffhanger
Yeah, that, or the Rubicon moment.
or the
That could be the
Rubicon
thing
moment.
that actually puts it the whole session all into motion. That's essentially what happens at the start of every Tomb Raider game.
Yeah,
Lara Croft is doing everything right until she doesn't.
yeah. I mean, the like for example, Game of Thrones. I guess like the Rubicon moment is when Bran gets pushed out of the
Mm-hmm.
right, pushed out of the
Yeah,
window. Sorry, spoilers
he
if
failed
anyone's.
his. I mean, it's been spoiled so much already. He essentially failed his acrobatics. His counter. What was it? Jamie Lannister did a grapple check and then shoved him. Bran couldn't succeed against a contested roll.
Yeah. Yep.
You go.
That was it.
That
Um,
was it. That was the twist.
what's another? What's another Rubicon moment? In
Spot incest roll failed. No, I would argue that he succeeded, and that's why.
succeeded. He failed a stealth roll. That's what. Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta go because my hour is up, but
All
I'll
right.
stick around and chat and wait for you guys. Maybe I can. Maybe if there's no one in the lounge area, I can still call in via Discord.
Yeah. Let
We'll
me
see.
know. Let me know. So thank you, JP, for going all the way to A Space
Yeah, no problem.
to join me
My
on the
wife has
stream.
a meeting very nearby. That's why I chose this
Ah,
place.
cool. 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 Cool.
Yeah.
All right. All right. See ya.
See ya.
Doot, doot, doot. Okay. So let me fix the overlays real quick. And let's go over to widgets. Let's bring back the big sheet. And that's it. That is it. He might not. He'll still be in chat. I think is the plan, listening in and chatting. But yeah, he said that if there's no one in the common area, he might call in again. But we'll find out in a couple of minutes, I guess. So let's go on to. Okay, this one I'm kind of excited about. This is. I showed this to JP over the weekend. It's called Solasta, Crown of the Magister, and it is gonna be kickstarted soon, I think. And it's a D&D 5th edition game, but it's not Forgotten Realms or anything like that. It's it is it just uses the SRD. So I guess it's like a bit of an open gaming licensing, but in video game form. So let's check it out. So a French indie studio, Tactical Adventures, has announced Solasta, Crown of the Magister. It has a Kickstarter campaign set for sometime later this summer. So it's a tactical dungeon crawl RPG based on the 5th ed rule set, where players control a band of 4 adventurers. So standard adventuring party, I guess. The game places heavy emphasis on verticality and manipulating light to combat the creatures that lurk in the darkest corners of the tombs and caves you will be exploring. So there's an animated teaser, but they've also been putting out developer diaries, which we will check out on the stream. So here's a rundown of what you can do in the game. Um, yeah. So everything D&D, roll for initiative, attacks of opportunity, managing player position on the grid, and verticality in the field of battle. So fly spells, yay! In Solasta, you make the choices and the dice decide your destiny. Solasta is on a 3D world rather than a series of flat maps. So locations can be explored by climbing walls, flying, teleporting, crawling through tunnels, finding secret passages, or falling through unstable ground. I'm willing to bet if they have, how do you say that? Uh, Ara, Arakokra, they're gonna be initially at least the most popular uh, racial option early on. So yeah, team-based adventure. So party of 4, um, where everyone is essential. It's like it's like a power trio in rock, right? You need everyone, all 3 to do their part. And yeah, that's usually the most epic kind of band. Um, And for the adventuring party, the magic number is 4, because you have, the fighter, the healer, the rogue, and the spellcaster. It's a tactical CRPG where you can handle encounters in multiple ways. So do you go for the high ground like Obi-Wan, to cut down Anakin, or rather, to strike, death from above as a rogue, or shove enemies into deep chasms as a fighter? Your choices will determine the destiny and, I guess, survivability of your party. Light will not only help you see your surroundings, it can also be used as a weapon against creatures that you encounter along the way. But light will give away your position. Interesting. So the game is created by a team of highly experienced tabletop players and veteran game developers who are passionate about the genre and want to create the best tactical RPG. And it'll be kickstarted to give the players an opportunity to be heard, um, and for them to back Solasta on Kickstarter. So there will be a tiered reward system, of course, and the team is already working on a demo of the game. So I did hear that eventually, like the demo for this is going to be released for free. Where did I hear that on? Let me check my thread. Is JP? Where did I hear that it would be for free? I think it was on IGN. Yeah, the IGN article, I think, mentioned that Solasta would have a free demo out. But yeah, let's check out the trailer and uh, the dev diary. And let's mute the audio. Oh,
Teamwork!
I've got him. No, he's got me.
Way to block my line of sight, idiot.
I mean, not that it would be a paid demo, but like it could be a demo only available to backers, for example.
Okay, let's just think about what went wrong there, people, shall we?
It was him rushing in like a maniac.
But what? I'm a warrior. I war. Whatever.
Oh, brave Sir Knight, you saved us all.
I say forget you guys. I'm out of here.
Everyone, stay very still.
Is this like the aliens moment? Oh, okay,
Alright.
just regular spiders. I thought
Now,
it'd be
this
face
time,
huggers.
people, focus.
that that poor orc. Well, I guess it shows that they have at least a sense of humor about the game. Let's see what the dev diary looks like. I want to see some gameplay footage. Alright, we're just gonna go ahead to the gameplay footage.
The party isn't one hero and his followers. It's a group of adventurers, friends but sometimes in conflict, always working together in pursuit of their quest. It takes 4 complementary heroes to make a great team. Each of them can lead the party. Each has his or her own voice, and each bring his own expertise in the form of dialogue options or special skills.
Oh, brave Sir Knight, you saved us all.
I say forget you guys. I'm out of here.
I think I'm
We're
gonna go ahead
committed
and
from
open the
start to
IGN
building
one.
the game together with our
That
players.
has like
We'll
some
sure
more
they want
gameplay.
more races, more classes, or even to add
hang
cool
on.
characters from their own tables. That's what will be coming to Kickstarter soon when we're
Okay, so this is the IGN article for this. Let's wait for that to load because there is a bunch of. I can at least show you guys the the combat, right, where they actually fight some of those giant spiders. Like I'm intrigued by this, like partly because of the verticality. I don't know, like I guess that would be Dark Souls design guidelines, though I haven't played really Dark Souls, but sure. But like in contrast to, for example, Pathfinder Kingmaker, yeah, maps are flat. Like, I would love to see a D&D game where the fly spell is actually a thing, and yeah, the movement options aren't just um, up and down ramps in terms of verticality. This would be pretty cool to see how they pull this off. And from the looks of the gameplay videos, like it's really like similar to Tailspire, right? But with an actual game engine, uh, and not just a virtual board. So this one is you whenever you move, everything's in squares. Even vertical movement, you can see they measure it in terms of 5 foot squares. I think based on the gameplay that I've seen. Let's see, why is it taking so long to load? Jeez, come on. So okay, I guess this is for now. This will have to do. So yeah, you can see it's very like, I guess XCOM or Mutant Year Zero. So yeah, verticality is a thing. So you can see, um, if the rogue jumps down, like, I guess that means like obscured line of sight that might result in partial cover unless this guy moves, and then he would gain an advantage or something, or damage bonus for attacking from high ground, which is not really a good idea. Um, but yeah. Oh, does this mean he's hidden? Interesting. There's a cover system too. Uh, the It's something that's familiar to all of us by now, like the shield or half shield icon, full cover or half cover, and so on. Um, yep. So I'm pretty excited for this one because yeah, like I just want to see how close they can get it, right? And yeah, I want to make a flying, death machine and have it work the way it's supposed to work. In other news, we have, for those of you who have been following Free League Publishing or Free Ligan, they are, uh, for their Alien role playing game. I think it's coming out when? Or is it already out? Let's see. alienrpg.com. It's coming out in 2019. So I guess it's not out yet. Though over on their Discord forums, yeah, like there's a lot of chatter, a lot of people are like really and like can't wait for this game to come out. But they've released um some downloads on the Free League website. You can check out the character sheets, the ship sheets, some maps. Let's check out the Novgorod, and wallpapers as well. So here's a peek at the alien character sheet. So I think this is using the Year Zero engine. So um, the same engine that powers, Mutant Year Zero, Coriolis, Tales from the Loop, and Forbidden Lands. It's also here in Alien. Um, that's the ship sheet. Oh, cool. And this is the Novgorod station. One of the settings I think that comes with the rule book for a beginner adventure, like a campaign starter. Nice, very, very, yeah. I guess it's like spot on for the atmosphere of Alien. Um, yeah. So that's pretty much it. You can check these out over on freeligan.se/en/games/alien/?downloads. So yeah, you'll get all the links later on, end of the show, or I guess yeah, I'll just share the spreadsheet link here. Let me just make sure that anyone with the link can view. There we go. So you can't edit it, but you can view it. So let's share this in the chat. Here you go. If you want to look at our topics for the day, you can check it all out. You can check it out here on this link. It's been enabled for anyone to browse and look through. So please go ahead. There we go. Okie dokie. So this is, where's the window? There we go. Yeah, again, this is the preview, the newly released character sheets, ship sheets, and maps for Novgorod Station in Alien the RPG. Ooh, it's called a Game Mother, not Game Master. I like that. Like, yeah. Nice little, nod to the alien matriarch. Let's see what skills you have. You have close for, I guess, related to strength, heavy machinery, close combat, and stamina. Built around wits, you have observation, survival, and comtech. Around empathy, you have command, manipulation, and medical aid. And around agility, you have ranged combat, mobility, and piloting. Cool. Relationships are also a thing, so you can have a buddy and a rival. There are talents or like special abilities like feats in year 0. Radiation, wow, okay. Interesting. I don't know if that's ever been part of the movies, but interesting. You have conditions: starving, dehydrated, exhausted, and freezing. I think these would remove, like, if it's anything like Tales from the Loop, these would penalize your dice pools. And you have some survival mechanics here. Consumables in terms of air, power, food, and water. Interesting implications for how this game is supposed to play. Nice. Nice. Let's see. For the ship, modules, damage, upgrades, armaments, ship's log. I guess this is for the campaign. Nice. You know what? Before we judge the sheets, I want to see what the printer friendly one looks like. Okay, this is a lot more palatable for me. Yeah, I like it. I like this in the printer friendly version. I like a lot. Not so much this, which would cost, a crap ton of ink to print out, and when it's like this, the ink comes out soggy. The paper comes out soggy from all the ink. I would probably have, like, if I wanted to keep this of nice and pretty as it is, I would have it printed and then laminated, and get a set of fine tipped, like whiteboard markers, dry erase markers, and then this would be viable. But not for like writing on with pencils and using erasers. Yeah, this is still okay. That is a pretty good question. Let's see what Novgorod looks like printer friendly. Not bad either. Not bad either. It's like a space tower, I guess, huh? Okay. Anyway. So yeah, we got a couple of more topics. After Alien RPG, we have, on the other end of the spectrum in terms of genre and storytelling, we have a magical girl RPG. Well, not girl. It could be anyone. You could be, you know, it could be Sailor Moon, or you could be, oh God, what's his name? Uh, Tuxedo, Tuxedo Mask, Tuxedo. Shit, I forget. But yeah, Glitter Hearts is a game about magical transforming heroes using the powered by the Apocalypse system. So this is on Kickstarter. It has 24 days to go, but it has already reached, almost reached its goal of 6,800 US dollars. It is currently at 6,547. So there's a lot of time left to back this project or to see if it's gonna succeed um, before you decide to back it. But for a pledge of $10 at the minimum is what gets you the PDF of the game. At $20 is what that's where you get the physical copy of the book in full color. So through Drive-Thru RPG. So more about the game, the creator rather, it's Greg Leatherman, who has been who has 125 backed projects on Kickstarter. He's been playing and creating RPGs for the last 30 years. And he is on an actual play podcast called Very Random Encounters. So Glitter Hearts is a magical transforming heroes RPG about working together as a team to protect the world from those who would harm it. So inspirations include Sailor Moon and Power Rangers. It focuses on teamwork and friendships at the heart of that genre. So he decided to make a game for friends who really wanted to play a magical girls RPG and really capture the feel of the anime genre and having the team work together. Yes, it's not just Sailor Moon, it's also Kamen Rider and Ultraman if you really want it to be. So the game uses the powered by the Apocalypse RPG engine. So you use 2d6 and the relevant stat to determine the outcome of your chosen actions. So this means that the game is narrative focused, and given the free narrative feel of making of the anime or TV series that you're trying to emulate, it's kind of a perfect fit. So unlike most PBTA games, Glitter Hearts does not use set playbooks. Instead, you build your character and choose your moves from the options built into the game. I like. Nice. One of the main moves of Glitter Hearts is "We can do this together," which focuses on working as a team. Whenever you help another character, you give them power, and this power can be used to give that character advantage when making a check, and is also used by the whole team when facing a larger threat. If everyone has been working together, you'll have enough power as a team to call for a massive attack that just might be enough to defeat your foe. Nice. So every character is built around physical, mental, emotional, persona, and mystical as far as stats go. Okay? So you can choose your everyday identity from 20 different options based on what type of character you wish to be. For example, you might want to be the best at the mental stat and would choose the intellectual as your everyday identity. Or maybe being more mystical suits you and you would choose the dreamer identity. And then you pick your magical archetype. What kind of hero are you? And you choose from idol, witch, warrior, defender, and tactician. And each archetype has their own unique moves and feel. So, and you choose the element you pull your magical power from. Are you more like fire or more like water? And there are 10 different choices to finish out your character to make them unique. So, because the game focuses on teamwork, each player chooses what type of relationship they have with the other heroes. Are you friendly rivals or always supporting each other? So both relationship types give power when you are helping, but the side benefits vary on what type of relationship you have. So two heroes might not even view their relationship in the same way. You've got some optional rules that allow you to play the game in different ways. So vehicle heroes like let you emulate stuff like Power Rangers and Voltron. You have by our powers combined, which is a very Captain Planet kind of thing. And yeah. So the Kickstarter funds the hiring of a proper editor and layout artist and the commissioning of more art for the book. So it will turn a simple Word document into a usable role-playing game. So about 40% I need the Stream Elements overlay enabled. Oh, what's been happening? Let me check. Um, let me check the dashboard. Oh, we have a new follower. Thank you so much. We have Schwansel. Thank you for following us. Sorry I missed that. Yeah, I don't have the Stream Elements events overlay up, so I will need JP's help setting that up at some point. Sorry you missed that. But yeah, thank you so much for giving us a follow 6 days ago, 7 days ago. What else did I miss? Because I'm not logged in on Stream Elements. That's the thing. So yeah, I need the credentials, which I guess are the same. Sorry about that, but we do appreciate it. I'll be on top of it next time. Sorry. So, okay. Back to the article. So none of the money is for the development because the game is already complete, and then playtesting and quality assurance. So the author will only pay himself for development after everyone else has been taken care of. So 40% of the ask for cost is to commission art, 20% for the layout, editing, and graphic design costs each, I guess. Or no. The rest, no, that's for everything. The rest is for fees, printing costs, and any unforeseen costs. The shot bomber from Maskman? I don't remember this. I'm sorry. But yes, help me get that back up on my OBS, JP, after the stream. Thank you. Just walk me through it. I can send screenshots. So okay, stretch goals. So right now they're just short of their funding goal, but there are some stretch goals here at 7,500. A form fillable custom made PDF character sheet. Nice. 10,000 is more art for the whole book. 11,000 is a new set of mystical connections based around emotions. Okay. At 15,000, upgrade the printed books to premium color, and you'll see this wonderful daddy witch, in vivid, pop out on the page even more. Yeah. There's an actual play podcast, very random encounters where you can listen to how the game plays. It's linked in the Kickstarter as well. And finally, oh no, I made a mistake. So yeah, when I said 125 backed, those are the Kickstarters he has backed himself. But this is his first Kickstarter. So he acknowledges that it's a huge risk and challenge right out of the gate, but he's committed. He looks like he's committed to doing it right because he's been doing research on projects of his size and how they run their Kickstarters. So he wants to make sure that this whole thing goes smoothly and on time. So the game is actually completed, like he mentioned before, but it just needs art layout and organizing for public consumption. So yeah, it's people seem to have had a good time in playtests, and yeah, looks like this game is gonna make it. To be honest, they're just a couple of hundred short of the goal, and then it'll be playable. Another Kickstarter out for tabletop games is the Book of Unusual Potions for use with fantasy RPGs. So if you don't want a low magic game like what we talked about earlier and want the full-on, magic up the wazoo, you can check this out. This has already been backed. There's 7 days to go on this, with raking in $8,645, well above their $1,500 goal. So if you pledge $3, you get the PDF copy through Dropbox. If you pledge $10, then you get a print copy. in the booklet format, 5.5 by 8.5 inches. Yeah. What is this book about? So it's a book of unusual potions, currently 60 pages long. Um, stretch goals do add to more pages, make more pages happen. Um, so this tome is full of ideas that for potions with twists, turns, and strangeness. Lots of strangeness, I guess. So these can heal, boost character attributes, and generally serve as a quick fix and a tool to overcome in-game complications and obstacles. So some game systems apply limits to the power of potions, while others, don't care about game balance and approach potions as more of a video game style instant enhancement. Use this book and have the players have like a vending machine, right? So the author Philip Reed, has created 20 Kickstarters and has backed 781 of them. He's a game designer, toy and art collector, blogger, and creator of random junk. So there you go. So many things to back. Kickstarters like got tons of stuff for tabletop RPGs. Honestly, also itch. So if you ever need, ideas, like I think this isn't a D&D thing as much as this. Generally, it'll work for any fantasy setting, where I guess where wacky potions can come into play, aren't too alien of a concept. Um, yeah. So you've got staples of, popular staples like the potion of strength, potion of healing, love potions, and so on. But then you also have weirder, you know, um, weirder potions. Like there's a time flow potion. There's a potion of boiling souls. Let's see what that is. This necromantic elixir of terror grants the character life draining touch that wraiths have, allowing the imbiber to steal life energy from any who are unfortunate enough to fall within the evil one's grasp. Wow. Bill Cosby's oh no. uh, AKA Roofy. Um, yeah. So there are some zines that are also on hand. So if you've not picked up the first two issues of Delayed Blast Game Master, there is a chance to get your hand on these fantasy RPG zines that present several ideas for the busy game master, I guess beyond the scope of just potions. So both issues are funded thanks to the support of backers here on Kickstarter. And the author is reporting that you can get these also today as part of this campaign. So for the Book of Unusual Potions. If you pledge for the $30 reward to receive both issues in print as well as PDF, you will get these along with the Book of Unusual Potions. So you can check out the Kickstarter campaign pages to have a better idea of what these are. So these are also in black and white, in 5.5 by 8.5, but in black and white. And so there's adventure hooks, there's dungeon challenge cards. Ooh, that one's interesting, actually. I'll check that out later. But yes. And I guess that's it for the stream today. So I think we're ending very close to on time because I did start streaming at around 12, and I think we launched into the topics at around like a bit closer to 1 o'clock. So yay, we covered everything. Again, this is Table Talk, which is a weekly roundup of of news from around the tabletop gaming world. And you can catch us week in week out here on Dicecast. Give us a follow if you want to see more of this every week. We are, yeah, wherever you're watching this, give us a follow, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or Mixer. And yeah, we hope to see more people in chat, more people on our Discord channel as well. And oh, looks like JP's gonna stream when he gets home too. Nice, nice. Yeah. For any of you who are wondering about, like who want to stream as well, whether it's, we hope it's tabletop streaming, streaming about tabletop games and stuff. But really, if any of you want to get into streaming, and have wondered about how to set yourself up on OBS with overlays and stuff, then yeah, um, tune in, or rather stay tuned, because JP's not, he's not gonna wait until he gets him to do this. He's gonna be coming on right after I and Table Talk. So just a chill stream, according to him. No face cam, just chat of him putting together our revamped OBS overlays. So check that out. Again, we've been saying this since the start of the stream and since session 0, really. We would love to see more people take up streaming. If you ever have questions, if you need help, if you need advice about how to get started, we're not experts on it, but we've learned quite a bit since we started streaming here on Dicecast, and we would love to help you guys out. So get in contact with us. If you have an idea for something we want to do, and maybe want to join the channel, let us know. We're also welcome. We have a bit of an open door policy. Just let us know, and we would love to partner up and get you started. So aside from that, yeah, that's it for today. I want to say thank you. Oh, JP, if you're still listening, can you send me the Dicecast starters music file? I want to see. I want to have it play out the show. I forgot to mention it earlier when he joined. Do you have it? Can you send it over? Oh, that'll have to wait until you get home. It's at your home computer. Okay. Oh well. I guess that's not happening today. Um, that's fine. Yeah, that's it for today. I'll play out with our usual intro, which isn't bad either. Um, thank you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time. I'm not sure we'll keep you updated on our Wednesday stream, Vigil Wednesdays. We'll see if that's gonna push through, because I do have a bit of a new schedule, so it's a bit of a challenge. But yeah, see you guys around. Thank you for tuning in. Stay excellent. Love the game and love each other more. Thank you for tuning in. Bye bye. Yay! That's it. Sorry. Yeah. Thank you.
So, I have no idea if this is going to work, but let's take a look. So, I have no idea if this is going to work. Let's take a look. Oh man, I just heard an echo. Have to mute one. There we go. Now I want to fade out. I'm streaming me editing the overlay. I'm making new overlays because this is streaming from. I'm still streaming from ASpace. I'm using the new streaming laptop that we got for Dicecast. And yeah, my audio is going to be a little low because reasons. We should probably do a ducking, an audio ducking filter for the music. So let's do that. There we go, compressor. We'll rename this audio ducking. There. The sidechain is the mic. Oh, I forgot what my settings were before.
If you're tired of having to balance...
There we go. Let's copy that. Ratio is 5. Threshold is -30. Attack is 2, and then release is 650. No output gain. Alright, so now when I talk, there should be adequate ducking for the music. And ASMR apparently, sure, yeah. We could make this an ASMR stream. So for this one, I had thought of, like, this is the countdown scene, and there's a lot of wasted space on the top corners, the left and right, so I figured we can put, that's where the chat goes, split, so it's not just 2 windows at a time or 2 chatters at a time. Maybe I should do desktop capture here, so that you guys can see exactly what's going on. So display capture isn't, that's strange. That's really weird. Is it possible this laptop doesn't support display capture? That sucks if it's true. Your desktop, yeah, my desktop isn't showing, Mark. When I add the desktop, the display capture source, it's kind of weird. strange, huh? Yeah. Okay. Maybe I have to look into this later on, but I cannot do desktop capture or display capture on this laptop. Weird. Oh, you know what? Maybe that's it, because I'm using NVIDIA Ink. I'm using NVENC to encode, so it might not be able to hook up to the graphics card for display capture. But that's okay. I don't want to use Intel, it's inferior in every way, so no thanks. No, you did not out-tech me. Not sure if I can change it midstream, but if we can, here, let's give it a shot. So I just switched it out. Let's see if that does anything, or if I'll have to stop the stream. Let's do desktop again, and then display capture. Nope, didn't do nothing. I might have to restart the stream or restart OBS entirely, but I don't want to. So let's just continue what we were doing. Okay. So I think the countdown and the BRB screens are enough. I kind of want to add a fade out to the top of the chat here. So I'm gonna have to. I'm probably going to have to make something in Photoshop for that. A mask. You cannot capture OBS as a window. I don't know why OBS doesn't allow you to do that, but who watches The Watchmen? Yeah, it's not capturing. Oh, there's my sound shit. No, it's not gonna capture. Okay, I'm just gonna delete these. Bye-bye. And delete the desktop scene. There we go. Countdown BRB. So what I like about the change to what I'm doing so far is almost all of these are now hosted on Stream Elements. Well, they were like that before, but now on the overlay for OBS, there are no local assets being used, even for the audio. The tricky thing will be how to add the intro to Stream Elements, because I don't think there's a way to trigger video to be played on a scene switch in the same way that we currently have it. I have to figure that out. But I do want to fade out the top part of the chat here, so let's get back to Photoshop and we'll create a mask, an alpha channel overlay mask for this. There you go, pixels. We'll just make it 20 pixels tall. Actually, it sucks that I can't capture desktop because you guys can't see me creating the asset. Oh well. It'll be real quick anyway. Okay, I'm gonna export this PNG. Just call it test for now. Mark, here's a streaming question. Googled it and found out the ideal bitrate for streaming 1080 at 30 FPS is 3500 to 5000. Can my rig handle that for our TableTalk streams? Your rig, as long as you can stream, your rig can handle whatever bitrate. The amount of bitrate that your PC is, that your encoder is outputting, will not affect how much work it needs to do. Okay, it will only affect how the output video will look given the bitrate constraints that you are using. You're asking, but will my PC handle 1080p 30 FPS? That's another question that you can only answer by testing. So you can try streaming to your personal channel, 1080p 30 FPS, and see how well your computer handles that, just for TableTalk. I would still not output 1080p 30, even for TableTalk, because it would still look better 720 with higher bitrate. But you can experiment with it. Alright, let's add that filter. So what I'm doing is I'm going to apply an effect filter and put an image mask and browse for the test PNG. There, alpha mask, alpha channel. Great, so it does fade out now. I don't know if it's showing up already, so it's fading out, but I think I have to make the image a little taller to compensate because right now it's fading too much. I just wanted to take a little off the top, but it's actually fading through the entire height of the chat. So let me get the height of the box. We're going to be working with a 650 pixel tall. Yes, Smari, welcome to the stream, Smars. Manual overlay editing. You just missed Mark doing TableTalk. Sorry about that, buddy. So I'm going to be changing the height of this to 650. Just boom. Stretch that out all the way tall, and then I'm going to have to add the rest of the black mask, and then export this again. So file export as PNG, just overwrite, and nah, all good. Just wanted to say hi. Okay. Hello. Cool. So there. Now it looks like it really just took a little bit off the top. Cool, 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 cool. I think I'll make it fade a little bit more. I'll get a softer brush. There we go. Export as PNG. Replace that. And redo. Cool. Okay, I kind of like how that looks. Fading off into oblivion. Yeah, looks pretty nice. Now I just have to upload this asset somewhere. Playing Minecraft. Alright, another thing I want to do is I want to change the audio output. So Minecraft is good, yeah, I'm liking it. I bought Minecraft when it was like early alpha. um, I bought 2 copies of it, one for me and one for my ex at the time. I don't think we ever ended up playing it together, which is all good. Alright, I have to upload the asset for use in our streaming like remote. There we go. Upload. Open image in new tab. Let me get the link. There we go. Where is the other account? I actually tried taking the other account back, but I forgot the username and password, so whatever. It's the other account is now in Notch's pockets. Okay. Oh no. Oh, so you cannot use a remote image. No, believe me, Marius, I've tried. I've tried everything. I even tried emailing Mojang. Couldn't get it back. Okay, OBS doesn't allow using remote images for their alpha mask, alpha channel, whatchamacallits. Also, I seem to have broke something. I can't get out of this. Uh-oh. It's borked. How did it eat all your money in Gcash? Yikes. Oh, this sucks. I can't get back into the... I can't get back into OBS because I broke it. Fuck. Oh, it auto-paid. That sucks. Mark is considering leaving Netflix for Disney Plus. I can't leave Netflix. It has too many shows that I'm watching. So I'm just gonna get both, Netflix and Disney Plus. Yeah, I'm gonna have to restart the stream anyway. All right. I'm gonna restart it. I'll be back in less than a minute. Hopefully it works. Okay. So let me just get that chat asset again. And it's here in the filters. Yeah, you really can't use a remote asset. That kind of sucks. Oh, by the way, Mark, if you're still watching, this is what the event is supposed to look like when someone subscribes or resubscribes. Yeah, I can click around in OBS again. It's okay, but I'm kind of bummed about the chat, or rather, the filter, the image mask and blend filter that OBS has in by default doesn't allow you to use a remote image. Am I able to show the desktop now? Let's see. Nope, no desktop. I'm going to restart the stream again and see if I can fix the desktop finally. Let's see. I wonder why desktop capture is not working. Let's Google this. Can't figure it out. Oh well. Another thing that we don't want to do is put in the custom bot name. So let's go and switch to Dicecast bot. There we go. And then send a test message. Yeah, Dicecast bot reporting for duty. Custom bot name enabled. It's another thing that I need to teach Mark how to do. game is not tabletop RPG. This game is just chatting. Does that still work? Yep. What about the BRB? Cool. It doesn't get deleted when you switch scenes. That's the best. Love it. Okay. OBS, use remote image mask filter. Oh, okay. You know what? Trish is done with her meeting, so I'm gonna pack up and we're gonna call it quits. I might stream again later, we'll see. Thanks for the host, Morris, but I'm just about to end. You're crazy. You always end up hosting or joining like right when the stream ends. I'm gonna keep working on these overlays though, because I think there's a way that I can work around not being able to use a remote image for the mask filter on the chat. I might be able to just get away with using CSS, like completely just use all CSS to get it to fade out. I have to look into this though. Oh, I see. You get home when the stream ends. Oh, that's too bad. This is why we should get more people streaming on Dicecast, so people will have something to watch all 24 hours, 24/7. That's the dream. Anyway, I'm gonna pack up. Thank you guys for joining. I'm not sure if I'll be able to continue this later, because I don't know where I will be and if the internet will be good, so we'll see. No longer a full-time viewer. It's okay. Yeah, and then Minecraft took your life. Hard to compete with Minecraft. Alright, bye guys. I don't have the intro to play you out, so this is it.